Perry Martin and I'm here with you today with EV Powered, and we are bringing you the Ford Mustang Mach-E. It's in rapid red, which stands out against this miserable landscape, and there couldn't be a better way to drive through the New Forest. Let me show you the car. So in case we haven't met before, I don't have any kids, but one thing that gets my goat about anybody that does have kids is that they go from having these brilliant cars that show off their personality to getting maybe somewhat dull SUV. Now, the Mustang is classed as an SUV, but with all of the classic Mustang styling, it's got some personality. It's got the American grunt. You don't have to lose your style to get your kids to school on time. Let me show you. So, I don't have kids, so this is my fur baby. This is Perry demonstrating the capacity of the back rear seat. Stay there, good boy, good boy. I'm gonna hop in. I'm 5'7" and I've got a decent amount of legroom here. I am comparing this to being a child with my parents' Mini Metro and Ford Sierra. They did have a Ford Cortina at one point, which was the high point. Yeah, it's all good. Put your car seat in for kids and off you go. Now the Mustang boot. I get a bit bored of car reviews where the boots just look immaculate. That's not real life. Here is a huge amount of very random stuff for a weekend away to prove that you can in fact live with this car. I'm sure if you had a pram it would fit in there, maybe two. I've heard that they can be quite compact these days, so that's great. Even a British umbrella in the American car. Security is paramount with the Mustang, and when you get your vehicle, you can choose whether or not you want to just use the key or set yourself an alarm code to enter and exit the vehicle. I've chosen to use the finger point here. Neatly opens the vehicle, smooth lines, just pull on this handle and then you're in. So the Mustang Mach-E was quite controversial when it came out. A lot of people loved the Mustang for all of the American grunt that it would give. And they have tried to emulate some of that in this car. Let me show you how. You can choose to have 3 different vehicle sounds. If you're a fan of the modern EV and you just want to stealth mode it around, set it onto Whisper and glide your way to work. You can then put it on active. That gives you a moderate amount of sound, but if you really want that American grunt, you put it on untame. And like they say, it's an exhilarating drive. Whilst these 3 modes produce slightly different sounds for the vehicle, they also act as the drive modes for the Mustang. Active mode offers a balanced accelerator and region response with soft blue lighting. This is essentially your standard mode. Whisper is seamless, quiet and calm. Like other EVs, this is your eco mode. And finally, untamed. A more aggressive response, sound, deceleration and of course, orange lighting. But going back to the propulsion sound modes, take a listen to the mean noise it makes in untamed mode. How cool is that? You've got a 15.5-inch screen so that you can get organised before your trip. And then when you click through, you've got all of your standard controls here that you're used to with the EV vehicles now. Just going to show you on the driver assist, it's got all of the safety measures that you would expect from an EV. Pre-collision assist, lane keeping system, speed limit assist, cruise control, which is actually adaptive. That's pretty damn good. The lane keeping system can be quite annoying for people who don't indicate. Now, so BMW drivers, if you do come into an EV car and you want to not have the lane assist, all you have to do to turn it off is not press a button, it's use the indicator. Shock horror. And literally, it won't try and keep you in a lane. There's a little tip. The Mustang, not only do you have to turn the dial to get it into reverse, it will beep to let you know that you are in fact in reverse after you've turned the dial. Pop into reverse now. Immediately on your 15.5-inch screen, You've got a very clear view of what's behind you. You've got absolutely no excuses for hitting anything in this vehicle in reverse. And just in case you didn't remember that you had in fact put it on reverse, if you can hear that beeping, that's the Mustang just being ultra safe and letting you know that you are in fact in reverse. You can easily pop heated seats on, turn it right up to 3, and it's incredibly tasty. Also, heated steering wheel. Super nice.
She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes.
Let's talk comfort. The Mustang seats are like sitting on a cloud. Perfect for those long drives. And guess what? You can even opt for that sweet sunroof for those sunny day drives. Well, maybe not today, but hey, when the sun does decide to make an appearance, you'll be ready. The regenerative braking in the Mach-E is one of the best I have experienced. It's smooth and precise, bringing you to a stop with ease. See any fabric in any other car? And it's just a feature. This is a Bang & Olufsen speaker, and you'll see that there's 10 of them around the car, so the sound is absolutely on point. Okay, so I want to show you the front boot. Annoyingly, tiny bit annoying, you have to come around to the passenger side, pull this, as I've learned, incredibly hard, satisfying clunk there, and you come around and pull it up. Now this is a pretty cool space. At the moment, you've got all of your charging leads in there, but when it's fully charged, unlike I have it right now, if the camera can come in a little bit closer, you'll see that it has a drainage. This means that it can be used as a cool box, as proven by some colleagues in the USA. Looking at where the engine would be, it's a good time to tell you about the car's performance. So it does 0 to 62 in 5.8 seconds. To be honest, I think it feels a lot faster than that, so the driving experience is really good. It's the equivalent of 351 brake horsepower, and the torque is 580. So Ford claim that you can go from 10 to 80% charging in as little as 45 minutes. This is obviously dependent on which pod charger point you actually use. If you're using high power charging, you can go up to 150, and I would thoroughly recommend that one. And it turns out that most McDonald's do have those. Winning. So there we have it. This is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. I've got to say, well done, Ford. You've managed to keep all of the classic lines of the traditional Mustang and brought it into this century with all of the EV features. It's a phenomenal car to drive. They've listed it as an SUV, but that shape actually gives you the style that you would want. Let us know your thoughts on the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Would you want to drive one? And tune in very soon for our next review on the EV Powered channel.